welcome back to Talk Story. My next guest is a 2008 Olympic Decathlon gold medalist and 2004 Olympic Decathlon silver medalist. He graduated from none other than Castle High School, and I am so ready to ask him all kinds of questions. But first, let's see him in action. It's been said the decathlete is the ultimate athlete, competing in not one, not two, but 10 track and field events. And Bryan Clay dominates them all. After graduating from Castle High in '98, Bryan shattered school records at Azusa Pacific University, becoming a 7-time NAIA champion and eventually being honored by the Bryan Clay Invitational. After graduating, Bryan set his sights on the world stage, winning multiple world championships, breaking more records, and taking home a silver medal in the 2004 Olympic Games. By 2006, Bryan was ranked #1 in the world, which he proved to be true when he won the gold at the 2008 Olympics and fulfilled his dream of making it to the Wheaties box. Wow, we holo now to Seattle and welcome Olympic gold medalist Bryan Clay. Aloha, Bryan.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hey, so good to see you. Castle's own gold medalist. Talk to me about growing up in this special island home.
You know, I think Hawaii is just one of those places that I think prepares you for what the world really should be like, right? And so you grow up, it's multicultural, you're outside, you're always active, you're having a great time. Family is such a huge part of your success and what you do. And I was able to take all of those things that I learned in Hawaii, the way that I grew up and the culture that I lived, and take that with me everywhere else I went. And so when I was able to do that, it just set me up for success, honestly.
Let's talk about your time at actually your alma mater for high school, Castle, because you had some great coaches there who are known for really helping cultivate and elevate some young athletes. So talk about your time training there, even in Kaneohe.
Yeah, listen, I think there's something to be said about like growing up and being able to train on like dirt tracks, right? And
get plenty of that.
Right? And I had some amazing coaches. Again, you know, there are talented coaches in this world. They're all over the world. But the thing that made my coach and, you know, Coach He so special was the interest that he took in me as a person, right? Not as an athlete, not as a student, not as anything else, but a person, a young boy who was slightly misguided, you know, was trying to figure out how he fit into the world with a life of kind of chaos and everything that was going on. And he was another father figure for me.
Am I picking up that you were kolohe growing up? Were you a rascal?
Slightly.
Are you getting that, Dad? Is that because I'm picking up what you getting that?
Yeah, I get
okay, so my question for a kolohe Bryan Clay is, how do you become one of 2 Olympic athletes who ends up on a Wheaties box? And what does that feel like to be on a box of cereal?
I wanted to be able to do that because it was just a sign of reaching the top. And so we talked about it, we did it. It's Wheaties, so not a lot of people eat Wheaties anymore, which is, you know, a little bit, it's dating me a little bit. But when I was growing up, you know, we had Wheaties and you'd see it in the stores and you'd see the commercials for it. And all of the people that I looked up to got to be on a Wheaties box. And so that was kind of one of the pinnacles, the signs of reaching the top that I wanted to do, right?
Bryan, it's a big deal, okay, brother? It is a big deal to be on a Wheaties box, so please don't discredit that at all, because that is a huge honor, and I love that we went from a kolohe kid to... I want to talk to you about the word decathlon, because it is... I mean, can you explain just the series? It's a 2-day event, right? But explain what a decathlon is for someone like me who is just not athletic at all.
Yeah, so Decathlon, it's 10 events over 2 days. I always tell people, if you're thinking about swimming and biking, wrong events, that's not us, that's triathlon, totally different. We are all track and field. So that means we're running, jumping, throwing. It has kind of been called the ultimate test of athleticism, not just, you know, physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in all areas. And I think it was King Gustav who said, you know, if you win to the winner of the decathlon gold medal, you, sir, are the world's greatest athlete, because that is really the ultimate test. And it's the precision that it has to all be done with, right? It's not like, hey, let's see if you can finish this, which is a feat in itself, but it's like, let's see if you can be the best at the world at what you're doing. And so much of the technique of what we do is precision work. A centimeter off and it throws everything off. So it really became something that was an unbelievable challenge. And it's even a bigger challenge to try to call yourself the best in the world at it.
And your name, Bryan Clay, is announced as the gold medalist of the Olympics in the decathlon, known as the best athlete in the world, the champion. What does that feel like?
I'd like to say that it's this, out of body experience. And it kind of is. It's really difficult to describe, but I'll try it this way. My mom forced me to watch the movie Chariots of Fire when I was little. And I didn't want to watch it because, it's black and white and all this kind of stuff. It's really old. And I was like, it was about faith. And I just wasn't into all that stuff. But she forced me to watch it. I watched it. And there was a quote that Eric Liddell has in the movie. And he says, "When I run, I feel God's pleasure." And that's what that moment was like for me. I ran, I competed, I gave it everything I had. I was standing in the middle of the bird's nest, 100,000 people in the stadium watching, billions of people around the world watching, and all of that fading away because I felt like God was looking down on me and saying, "Great job. You did awesome." And I just cannot tell you the sense of satisfaction and just peace that you feel when you feel like you did a good job, when you feel like you did what you were, what you were meant to do. I mean, there's just something that's just unexplainable about that, but that's what it felt like to me.
Oh, what a beautiful answer. Amen. I love everything about that. Bryan Prickly, before we go, you are a father now. I know you've written a beautiful book that can help athletes and anyone get through life. You have these great tidbits in there. But as a father, and as you see what this pandemic, or now known as an endemic, has taken sports away from our children, some people are not allowed to go watch their children play sports.
I know exactly how you guys are feeling. I mean, here in Washington, it's the same thing. My son has a swim meet tonight that I can't go watch. High school swim meet, I've got him for another year and he's off to college, and I can't go watch one of his final swim meets of the season because of all the restrictions. And so I get it from a student's perspective, but I also get it from a parent perspective. And I would just say, listen, you only have a limited amount of time and not everything is going to go your way. You're going to hit hurdles. There are going to be things that try to derail you and tell you that you're not going to make it. All these types of things, because life happens and the odds are not in your favor. Mm-hmm. But all you can do is connect even more as a family to make sure that every opportunity you have to tell your kids that you love them, to make sure every opportunity you have to tell your parents you love them, to make sure every opportunity you have to do things as a family, to go out, be outside, be active, that you take advantage of those things. Because that's all really that we're in control of. We're not in control of what the government does. We're not in control of what the state or the governor does or the mayor or any of that stuff. The only thing we can control is ourselves and what happens within, our family unit. Our job is to outsmart the people that are telling us we can't do something, right? Mm-hmm. And so what we need to do is not break the law, right? But what we need to do is figure out what we can do and focus on those things, right? So if I can't do this, can I do this? Can I accomplish the same goal doing it a different way? Be creative. Never stop trying to push the limits of what's possible. And if you can do that and do that with your families and your family and your loved ones, I think we'll all come out of this on this other side better off.
I echo that completely. Congratulations always. By the way, before my dad takes us to break, do you miss something? Alex sent you a care package. You want lihimoy, mochi crunch?
Anything, all of it. All of it.
Okay, I'm going to send you a personal care package from me and my dad. All right, aloha, Bryan. You're welcome. All right, Dad, take us to break.